Your phone buzzes at 11:47 on a Thursday night. You're sitting on a couch in an apartment you've been meaning to upgrade for 2 years. The kind of place where the overhead light has been out since March, and you keep forgetting to buy a bulb. You reach for your phone. The subject line reads, "Offer of employment revised." You scroll past the formalities, the benefits summary, the vacation policy, and you find it. $250,000 base annual plus bonus eligibility. You read it 3 times. Not because you don't understand it, because you want to feel every syllable of that number. $250,000 a year. That's top 5% of America. That's the kind of number your parents would have called set for life. That's the moment you've been working toward for the last decade. You text your best friend a single word, "Bro." They respond in 8 seconds. "Tell me." You type the number. You stare at it for 11 seconds before you send it. Because sending it makes it real. And real after this long feels almost violent in the best possible way. But here's what nobody tells you. The math starts before you do. And the math is brutal. Level 1, the upgrade. 3 months later, you move into a new apartment. Not extravagant. Intentional. You've earned the right to live somewhere that matches who you are now. The rent is $4,800 a month. 2 bedrooms. In-unit laundry. A gym you'll use 6 times before you stop. You signed the lease the same day you tore it. It feels decisive. Adult. Aligned. Then comes the car. You've been driving the same sedan since grad school. 112,000 miles. A check engine light you'd made peace with. You walk into a dealership telling yourself you're just looking. You leave with a 36-month lease on an Audi A6. $890 a month. You justify it without effort. You're in client-facing work now. The appearance of success is part of the job. You deserve reliable transportation. You worked for this. Your partner gets a car too. A BMW X3, $710 a month. Together, $1,600 a month in car payments. When you say it out loud, it sounds reckless. When it lives in a spreadsheet next to a $250,000 salary, it looks like a rounding error. The restaurants change. You stop looking at the right side of the menu first. You add a wine subscription. Dinner for 2 is $300, which feels special, then normal, then expected. The wardrobe follows. 1 good suit becomes 3. The shoes become a category. You start saying investment piece about things that depreciate the moment you walk out of the store. None of this is excess. Every single item examined alone is completely defensible. But you're not building a life in individual line items. You're building a life in aggregate. And the aggregate is already running faster than you know. Level 2, the invisible math. Here's what nobody tells you about a $250,000 salary. You don't take home $250,000. If you live in California or New York, your taxes look like this. Federal income tax, approximately $52,000. FICA, Social Security, Medicare, $17,700. State income tax, roughly $17,000. Total gone, between $86,000 and $92,000. Before you see a single dollar. That leaves you with approximately $158,000 to $164,000 per year. Which sounds enormous until you divide it by 12. $13,200 a month. You knew taxes would be significant. What you weren't prepared for was the specific way $13,000 feels when it arrives. It feels smaller than $250,000. Dramatically smaller. Almost insultingly smaller. You find yourself checking your account on the 15th and the 30th with an attention that surprises you. You thought you were done having to watch carefully. You are not done. Here's the month in real time. Rent, $4,800. Car leases, $1,600. Car insurance, $420. Groceries, $900. Dining, $1,400. Gym and streaming, $380. Student loans, $640. Weekend travel, $700. Clothing, $400. Utilities, $280. Total, $11,520. And that's before childcare, private school, or the spontaneous weekend getaway. You max your 401k, $23,000 a year. That's $1,917 redirected every month before you see it. Which leaves approximately $113 of actual monthly buffer. Not to invest, not to save. Buffer. The distance between your life and an unexpected bill. The math doesn't feel like the top 5%. It feels like exactly enough. And exactly enough and security are not the same neighborhood. Level 3, the comparison trap. His name is Daniel. He sits 2 rows from you at the office. Has for 3 years. Quiet guy. Efficient. Daniel drives a 2017 Toyota Camry with a small dent in the rear passenger door that he apparently decided not to fix. You've had lunch with him maybe a dozen times. He orders the same thing. He never mentions money. Last Tuesday, Daniel mentioned without drama that he just hit $300,000 in his brokerage account. Casually. The way people mention they finally cleaned the gutters. You thought about it for 4 days straight. Daniel earns $87,000. You know this because you were both hired in the same salary band before your promotion. You earn nearly 3 times what Daniel earns. And Daniel has $300,000. You have $31,000. You do the math. Daniel invested approximately $1,500 a month over 10 years. At the S&P 500's historical average return of roughly 10% annually, $35,000 turns into $300,000. You've been investing approximately $270 a month outside your 401k. Because there was always something. The trip, the dinner, the leather jacket that was on sale. Here's what nobody tells you. It is not about Daniel. Daniel isn't the point. The point is that somewhere along the way, your income became the ceiling of your ambition instead of the foundation of it. You started spending to the level of what you made. And that made it feel like enough. Like arriving. Like the destination. Daniel's Camry is still in the parking lot. And somewhere in an account nobody can see, his net worth is pointed at a horizon yours is not. Level 4. The reckoning. Sunday night, you open every account simultaneously. 401k, $67,000. Brokerage, $31,000. High-yield savings, $8,400. Car leases, 0 equity. Total liquid and investable net worth, approximately $16,000. You are 36 years old. You have been earning over $200,000 for 4 years. You have been a 6-figure earner for 8 years. $16,000. According to the Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances, the median net worth of Americans aged 35 to 44 with incomes over $200,000 is approximately $320,000. You are below the median. You are earning in the top 5%, and you are below the median net worth for your income peer group. There is a term the financial industry uses, mass affluent. It describes people earning $100,000 to $1 million a year who have little investable assets beyond their retirement accounts. More than 30 million American households fall into this category. You have a high income and a low net worth. The industry has a name for that. In the 1970s, psychologist Philip Brickman documented something called the hedonic treadmill. Humans adapt to improved circumstances within approximately 6 to 18 months, returning to their baseline satisfaction. The $4,800 apartment that felt transcendent became normal by spring. The Audi that turned heads became just the car you drive. The $300 dinner became a regular Tuesday. Each upgrade delivered its dopamine and departed on schedule. Rather than adjust downward when the feeling faded, you upgraded again. This is not weakness. This is neurology. Here is the number that will not let you sleep tonight. If you had taken $4,000 a month and invested it consistently over 10 years at the market's historical average, you would be looking at approximately $764,000 today. Instead, you have $16,000 and a wine subscription you've been meaning to cancel.